Hi guys, it's Ashley at Here Ventures and I'm back with another video. Have you ever felt like you just couldn't catch a break? One thing after another just keep happening and happening and happening. And you sit back one day and you just be like, maybe I need a location change. Well, this one is for you. And let me tell you, that will not fill the void. Let's get to it. So, most of the time we think that we need to move somewhere if we're in a certain area, a certain location, a certain town, or maybe we have lived where we grew up at and we want to go out and expand more. But there is some things that we probably never thought about, right? And that's a void. Sometimes when we think that we're going to need to move to fill a void, it is not going to do that. Whatever void you may feel in, and I'll give you some examples: lack of love, rejection, instability, not happy with where you are, not happy with where you're living, not happy with the environment you're in, or the home environment, or the community, and you think that you will move so it can change that. Most of the time it will, but if it's deep rooted inside you, it will not, because that's a void. So you have to really get to the root of why you feeling like you're not comfortable where you are, where you live, or what environment you in, and fix it first. Let me tell you why. All of my life, I've been a moving bot. You would have thought that I would have been in the military. But nope, I was in foster care, and then I would go back with my mom, and then she would, we would move again and just move again and move again and move again, go back and forth, back and forth. And each time that I had to do a move, it was devastating at the beginning because a lot of it was unexpected, but then it also was like, okay, a fresh start, right? We always think that we're going to move as a fresh start, but it didn't make me feel any better about what I was experiencing with all of that transition and all of the instability. I still felt deep down inside like I just want a place to call home, right? If I keep moving around, am I going to have any place when I get older to come back to? Am I going to have my childhood friends I could connect with, bring longevity and all of those things, or a place that I could return home? Let's say because I went to college before, and maybe I come home to get a fresh start and get on my feet. Like, will I ever have that? Because I'm always moving around. So I always felt that deep down inside, like, dad, I had a lot of friends who always could just go back home to their parents, or they could just always return to one place or one area that they called theirs. And I always found value in that. And what makes me believe that is so valuable is because if anything ever went wrong, let's say you do move away, you move out of the country, you have some place to come back to. Mommy could help you again, daddy, family, whatever. And I always just felt like, wow, will I ever have that, right? And even as an adult, I kind of do but don't. Like, my mom still, kind of moves around. My dad, he's in another state now. But I do have like other family members, like my cousins and other people in, where I'm from, that I can go back and be there. But it's nothing like your home. And what I mean by that is like, hey, I lived in this house since I was a child. Most of my friends are still either around or their families are still there. So I might even be able to connect with them, going home for the holidays or anything like that. That's what I mean about a place to call home. When a holiday or a family gathering or some type of event, everybody comes back to the house. Kind of like soul food, right? Everybody came back to where? Big Mama's house. Most of her kids grew up there and they had their kids and their husbands, but that was the one place that they could call home. And that's just such a valuable thing to me, because I think when you go out in life, and again, we talking about moving, we take risks, we move around, we move away, we connect with other people. It brings a sense of security that's like, yo, if anything don't work out, I could go home to mommy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you probably be more daring to do more stuff and take more risks because you have like that backbone that can kind of pick you up if you fall by trying new things and moving around on your own. And so I just think there's so much beauty in that. And if you are military, or maybe like me, you probably had to go in a system or live with different family members for whatever reason, and you always just bounced around and don't feel that sense of homeness. Try, if you have a family or going to start a family, to create that within your family, right? We can't really fault ourselves or beat ourselves up from the family we come from, but we can take responsibility if we repeat those same habits within the family that we're creating. So just take that into consideration, right? Also, as an adult, I was so used to moving around as a kid, I actually started moving around as an adult. And honestly, I always felt like, okay, I'm here, and I thought it was going to be what it was going to be, but it turned out a different way. So I'm not really feeling it, and I feel like I should move again. Now, sometimes I will move again within the same state because I just felt like, okay, I moved here. It's not really what I wanted to be. Let me try again. Most of the time, it's always an upgrade, though. Anywhere I would move is never a downgrade. It's always an upgrade. And so, you know, that's how I used to feel. But each time I moved, I still felt the void. You know, it's like, yes, new environment. This is nice and all of that. You know, now I got to meet new people. Okay. Maybe I got to travel farther for work. Okay. You know, the expenses probably increased. Okay. So there's beauty in moving, but there's so much more beauty in being stable and having the one place to call home. So most of the time we think that, oh, if I just move to another place, I could escape whatever I'm dealing with. You know, I remember wanting to leave where I was at to kind of move away from my child's father because we had so much of this. And I was like, I just need a break. I just need to move away. It's just too much. It's too much, you know, instead of just talking it out, handling it, and, you know, smoothing it out where I was so that when I did move, I wouldn't still have to deal with it. Did it stop? It diminished a bit, but it was never resolved. And so that's kind of my point to this whole video is like, instead of running away, instead of moving, trying to fill a void, fix the void that you feel. If you can't really pinpoint on what the void is, get a journal, write down what you're feeling, okay? And most of the time, it can come back to you about where it even originally started. You know, mine started as a child. And honestly, as I went through life, I didn't think it bothered me. And then now I have my own daughter, and I looked at the amount of times that we moved around, and I'm like, wait a minute, nope. We got to stop these patterns because this is not what I want. And I seen her love on her friends in one school and then have to leave, and the teacher's crying and all of that. And it's just like, that's like almost a trigger for me because I remember those times. I went to 6 elementary schools, and it only goes up to 5th grade. Well, it did when I was in school. I think it's 6th grade now, but it only went up to 5th grade, and I went to 6 elementary schools and never got held back. And people's like, how did you even do that? I don't know. I was just going through life. I really didn't let a lot of stuff bother me, I don't think, as a child. But as I started to grow up and be in adulthood and see other people's lives and how they live and how they connected with their families, I did have moments of like shame, guilt, you know, sadness, like that. You know, I kind of wish my family was like that and things like that. I don't always wish that I had what people have because you don't know the backstory of it. People could have that one big mama house all day and be up in there thumping, cursing each other out, having so much anger towards each other. So you got to be careful about what you say you want that somebody else has because you don't know the backstory to it. And I learned that the hard way. But I normally just be like, you know, I kind of wish my family was like that. Not that I wish I had what you have, but my family was more close-knit. We did more gatherings. We did more travel. We really was, you know, there for each other. I know I can call my mom and everybody now. We are definitely there by phone. But, you know, it's different when you could be in the presence. And so that's what I had to equate it to. I was like, hey, I can't keep moving around thinking that it's going to fill a void. I need to get to the root of it, write it out, talk it out, therapy it out, talk to some good close friends, talk to God and pray it out, fast it out, you know, do everything I need to do to get it out. So if I did move again, it won't be because of that. It would be because I generally want to move to this new place, this new area, and I already have the plan about how I'm going to have these different connections and things like that. And so that's how we want to move. We want to move with intention and not with scarcity or not with being scared or with fear. We want to make sure that we're moving to level up or, you know, for it to be something outside of filling a void. And so we just got to really take time with ourselves, for ourselves, learning ourselves, and really writing down, I think I said in one of my videos, a whole vision for your life. Now, we could say we want all of these things and they all may not happen at once or it may take years for certain things to happen. But if we write down the vision that we have for our life and we can look at it day by day, then we could move with intention. We can make decisions with intention. We can make choices to be in relationships or not with intention. Getting in business or a different type of career with intention. Not with, oh my gosh, I need right now because this fell through. And you know, because you fly by night and you don't have like a hold on your whole plan or, again, vision for your life. So you just make certain quick decisions and then now you're regretting it, got to start all over or things not working out. So I just say always just write everything out, any type of feelings in any area of your life. Look at it daily. If you can't do daily, every other day or at least weekly at the, I want to say max weekly, minimum daily, honestly. And if it can't be like something on your laptop, maybe on your phone, or, you just look at it and try to memorize certain things. Or when a situation comes up, like you feeling like, yo, I can't do this no more, I need to move or whatever. You look back at that drawing board, look back at that vision and be like, hey, you know what? These are the things I'm working towards. I'm going to get there. This is a little hiccup right now, but I'm going to work towards where I'm supposed to be and where I'm trying to go. And that would make life so much easier. I know for me, I felt like I was always running from something. I ain't living back in New York. I'm from New York. I'm from Harlem. I love my friends and family and everything from Harlem. But it's so easy for me to move because it's like I've been moving all the time. It's not like one area I could just say I'm from. I'll say I'm from Harlem and then I got to tell people like, hey, I used to live on 152nd and 8th, but I also lived on 120th and 1st. Like, so, I'm kind of like east and west side. It's like, what? So anyway, that part. It's just like I was, easy for me to leave. It's like, I could still come back, say hi to people, but I don't even live there. Like I have nobody there really now. My mom is in the Bronx now. You get what I'm saying? So it's just always a move, move, move. And so for me, I was just move, move, move. And now I'm like, I gotta do it. I need to chill out. And there is so much growth in being stable and not running from your problem, your void, or whatever that you're experiencing, because it's going to get you to a higher level than you ever was at before. The more we run from stuff, push stuff under the rug, try to move away from stuff, don't deal with it, it's not going away. It's really not going away. Like I said, I'll repeat it. I used to think I could move and stuff will go away, but it will not because it's deep rooted and you got to get to the root of it, And so ask God, especially when it's time to move or it's time to make a decision or you are struggling in a certain area. Ask God first. Pray to God first. Go to scripture. Scripture will say something to you as well, as far as, not say something to you. Well, yeah, most of the time could talk back to you, right? But it will definitely bring you clarity on your next steps because it's our guidebook. The Bible is written for us to live our life according to it. And so we need to go to the Bible and everything like that. But of course, first we got to figure out if it's avoiding what's going on with us and causing us to want to move, especially if we just move as a year go by or 6 months go by and now we ready to move. I remember talking to my sister. She was like, girl, she like, sis, like, I'm itching to move again. She literally just moved. I'm like, girl, could you get to a year? She's like, I don't know what it is. And it's funny because it kind of like a bulb went off in my head because I never thought that my moving was attached to the childhood movement, And so when my sister said it, I'm like, what? She said, yo, I think it's because how we always move around. And I'm like, wow. So when I thought about it, I'm like, maybe that's the same for me. So where I'm at now, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not 100% happy with this place. It definitely was not a place I chose. I wound up coming here in a relationship and it didn't work. And so now I am trying to adjust and make it work because, again, I just told you guys about moving randomly and I'm like, my daughter's in school because if she wasn't, I ain't gonna hold you, I'll probably be in Atlanta. But because she's in school, I'm like, you know what? Let me just stay. She got good friends. I found a nice church home. I found some really nice friends, support, and community. I'm really like kind of a loner as well. I think I got like maybe 4 friends out here, and that's fine for me because I'm rebuilding. I'm getting myself back. And it's the best to work on yourself while you by yourself, so that when it's time to connect for real or make big purchases like a home or move to a big place out of the country, you done got yourself all cleaned up and together that, you won't have no regrets and you could thrive wherever you go. So I wanted to just share that with you guys because I know it's a thing for many of you. Comment in the box below if you were military. I hate to say brat, right? A military girl or guy, foster child, or someone who parents just moved around a lot, or you just moved around a lot. And you just, it may have came from something deeper than just new beginnings, something deep rooted inside. I would love to hear what it is, and we can connect, grow, and heal each other. Well, anyway, I thank you guys for listening, but let's recap really quick, right? Moving will not remove the void that you are feeling if that is the reason for you moving. Make a vision for your life. So when you're making big decisions, you are making them with a great intention and not just going through life making decisions randomly and quickly and then having to double back and start all over again, because starting all over sucks really bad. I'm not even gonna lie. Like when you was at a very high status and you finally got everything in control and you had to go back because you didn't really plan well or you moved quickly, it's no fun. Always stay rooted in the word of God. Go to God for whatever questions or confusion that you have. Definitely pray before you move, because most cities and states and countries are dealing with a lot on the back end. Sometimes demons, war, a whole bunch of stuff. So you want to pray and ask God like, hey, this is the place I'm thinking about moving. What do you think? Also, journal. Okay, write down your feelings. See if there's a void. Write the pros and cons to you moving. Is it going to benefit you? Is this a move with intention, right? Get to the root of what it really is and what the cause is. Work it out first before you just make a quick decision to move. And always work on yourself. Show up for yourself. You know, put yourself first. You can still love everybody, sometimes from a distance. You can still show up when it's necessary and when it's convenient for you, okay? And so, again, I want to remind you, moving will not remove the void. Going to the root cause of your void will help you, okay? Stay blessed. Until next time.